Whose O will go in the North London derby this week? Will North London be red or white come Sunday night? And will Tottenham overcome the Arsenal might? This is the Battle of North London. Welcome to the Spursverse, back with another pre-match breakdown with the marvellous one, where we're taking a look today at how, if, or can Spurs come out on top in the North London derby. Before I get into my predictions, let me give you some thoughts into how I think the game may turn out, and also give you the keys to victory that I think Spurs need to do if they're going to come out victorious in this North London derby. Before we get into that, both teams come into this game on good form. Both teams are locked on 13 points on the table. Tottenham are above Arsenal on goal difference, having scored more goals and 4 more goals and conceded 1 less. And the last time we got a victory at the Emirates was about 2011, I believe, when we were 2-0 down and we came back to win the game 3-2 with Yunus Kabul flicking in a last minute header to give us a rare victory, the only victory at the Emirates. So the form guy says both teams are in good form, good goal scoring form, and Arsenal have just come off an impressive victory in midweek against PSV in the Champions League. So what's going to happen in this game? Do we have a chance? Because we're not the favourites in this game. But do we have a chance to win this game? And will we win by playing the attacking football that we've been playing so far? Because Arsenal are let's be real, Arsenal are a very, very, very formidable attacking unit. They got lots of talent in the forward areas, lots of creativity, and they play with an intensity and they play with a possession-based football that they dominate the ball for large periods of the game. So if we're going to the Emirates away from home, what style, tactics, and approach should we employ to get the victory or to come away with a positive result? A draw would be a positive result, but I really would want us to win the game. So what are the keys to victory to winning this game? So obviously both teams play 4-3-3. Now, with Spurs, for us, we're going to have to play aggressive front foot football. But this doesn't mean to say that we're going to try and play Arsenal at their own game and go head to head, toe to toe, fire with fire. I think if we do that, we're going to come off second best, because I think Arsenal have better quality in the final third. They're a lot more cohesive as a unit in the final third and as a first 11. They're at home. We don't travel well to that ground. And so I think if we just open the game up, we're going to get exposed. We've actually fallen behind 3 times this season to lesser opposition. I know Arsenal have fallen behind in some games too, but if we go to their ground, this is a North London derby and Arsenal tend to start fast. And if Arsenal get early goals, I will find it very difficult that we're going to overturn that, because then if we've got to come out and push more forward, I think Arsenal just have the attacking threat to do damage to us, because I don't think that defensively we're as solid as we need to be right now. So Arsenal are going to start fast. They're going to be aggressive, but I think we need to match them with the aggression. We need to get in with solid tackles to begin with. We need to let them know they're in a game. We've got to ramp up the intensity. The Arsenal crowd is going to be intense, and so we need to keep the crowd quiet for the first 20 minutes. And how do we do that? I actually think that the way to do it is play a possession-based football. So we're not going to sacrifice our attacking principles, but it's about keeping the ball. If we keep the ball, Arsenal can't do anything. So we need to be able to, the longer we keep the ball, the better it is for us. Now, where do we keep the ball? We need to now have possession in their half. But the whole game for me is to keep the ball, keep the crowd quiet, get them restless. First 20 minutes, possession-based football. But when we're out of possession, we need to be very aggressive. We need to attack. We need to press high, try to win balls up high in the pitch. And we need to be very firm in tackles and let Arsenal know that we're in this game from the beginning and we're not going to roll over. I don't think a counter-attacking approach is going to work for us in this game. We have typically been a counter-attacking team under the previous managers. And whilst counter attack is not bad against Arsenal, because what you're going to do is invite them on and then pick them off on the break. And we do have some players, particularly if we play with Brennan Johnson. Um, I think we can exploit Arsenal in that way. But I think, because Arsenal are very good at, um, doing this relentless pressure and, building pressure down the flanks and playing in triangles and kind of doing overlaps and little intricate passes on the edge of the box and kind of have these very diminutive players who like to fall down and win free kicks and penalties around the box. I don't think we can hope to win with that strategy. Now, another thing I think we need to do is obviously get James Maddison on the ball. We need to keep the ball, get James Maddison, get our creative players playing. So we need to get the ball on him. He is going to be our equivalent of their Odegaard. He's the playmaker. He makes things happen. If you stop Odegaard, you kind of stop a lot of what Arsenal do. If you stop James Maddison, you're probably going to stop a lot of what Tottenham do. So we need to get James Maddison on the ball. Now, what I'm going to say here is this. So what is the team that we should use to achieve this? Remember, I'm saying we need to play possession-based football. So in goal, I'm going to go for Vicario, Pedro Porro. I think Emerson Royale is a better defensive person than Porro, sorry. Even though I'm not Royale's biggest fan, but I think he is better. But I'm not going to go with him because I think we need to have a bit more of a positive intent in the game, and I think we need to signal that intent. So I think Porro is better, and Porro is definitely better in terms of final deliveries, passes into the forwards or passes into the spaces down the flanks, crosses, and he also has got an eye for a goal. So I'm going to go for Pedro Porro. Centre backs pick themselves for me. Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero, and Destiny Udogie. Now, Destiny Udogie, I think this is an important matchup with Destiny Udogie and Saka. I do rate Saka, and I think Saka is a very tricky and a very capable operator down that right-hand side. He likes to come in as well on his left and try to get shots off on the edge of the box. He knows how to put a ball into the box. He's got a goal. He's a goal threat, is basically what I'm saying here. And so, but Destiny Udogie, I think, is a very special player. I think he's good in both directions on the pitch, whether he's going backwards, defending his own goal, or whether he's going forward. And so one of the things I would like to see Destiny Udogie do is, whilst he's going to have a lot of defensive work to do, I also want to see him push Saka back and ask questions of Saka. Now, we know Saka's qualities do not lie in running back to his own goal. He's definitely a willing runner and a willing team player, but Udogie has the ability not only to beat him and outstrength him and all that, but he's got the end product. He's got a cross, he's got a pass, he's got an assist in him, and so getting Udogie to win that battle, I think that's one of the keys to victory with us. We need to have Udogie overcoming Saka on the right hand side. Now, so that's my defense. Now, in terms of the midfield, again, picks itself for me: Papsar, Bissouma, and Maddison. So now, again, because I'm saying possession-based football, we need passers on the pitch. I think all of those people are comfortable on the ball, particularly James Maddison and Bissouma. And Bissouma can change defense into attack very quickly. He's very graceful on the ball. He can beat, he glides past players and he can find a pass. And he's important for us to keep the ball ticking over. So we need Bissouma in there. We need Pape Sarr for his engine, his ability to get up and down the pitch. And what I think is very good about Pape Sarr is he is very good at breaking up play. So I want to see Pape Sarr break up plays because Arsenal like to play between the lines. So his role is going to be very important. By sitting a bit more deeper, he's going to have to play deeper today. Excuse me. He's going to have to play deeper today, and just to try to shield the defense better and break through, stop balls going in to people like Jesus or if it's Nketiah. And when the balls go out wide, help support his fullbacks and stuff like that. He's going to have an important role, but he's also going to have an important role getting up the pitch because we saw it against Man United. He's got a threat as well. He's a goal threat. He does arrive in the box late. He hasn't got a great shot from the box, but he definitely will cause Arsenal to think about what they're doing. He asks questions. So Pape Sarr and obviously James Maddison. I don't need to say much about James Maddison. He is central to our creativity. A lot of it's going to go through him. He's the person who's going to slip through balls. He's going to catch defenders out. He's going to pull people out of position. And he's going to obviously deliver from set pieces, whether they're corners or free kicks. So he's important. And Declan Rice is probably going to be tasked with probably trying to stop him. Um, so we'll see. Or maybe Fabio Vieira. I don't know. They may take turns. But I think James Maddison, we need to get him on the ball. We need to play through James Maddison and let James Maddison do what James Maddison does. Forward line, this is probably where I would change it. Now, I don't think this is what Ange will do. This is what I think he should do because, again, based on the approach that I think we need to have in this game, I think is what we need to have. Right, so on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Brennan Johnson. We need pace. Because Arsenal play such a high pressing game as well, they play with a lot of intensity. They like to swarm forward. They get a lot of players forward. Brennan Johnson, obviously that might mean, well, Brennan Johnson's going to have to be doing defensive work, and does he have any of the tools to kind of do that for significant periods of time in the game? I don't really know at this point, but let's find out. However, I rather think about what we need to do to win the game. And so Brennan Johnson is also going to ask questions of their fullbacks. Zinchenko does not like people running at him. I don't know if you remember when we played Man City. I believe this was in a Champions League game, and it might have been Mora or Son. I can't remember who it was, but obviously they just breezed past him, and Zinchenko was struggling with pace, and he pulled him down, and he got sent off. So if they play with Zinchenko on their left, I think Brennan Johnson's going to be a problem for him, and he's a threat in behind. But I also think he's tidy. I think Brennan Johnson can link with play as well. He's a better link-up player than Son, in my opinion, and he's a threat. He likes to come inside. So I would play him ahead of Kulusevski. So I played Brennan Johnson. So I played Brennan Johnson on the right. On the left, this is a key one for me. I would have Okay, I'll play Kulusevski. But this might switch. I might play Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson. I might alternate with them. But Kulusevski will take up the other rank. Kulusevski does do good defensive work. And I think that obviously, and he is attacking threat. And I also think he is somebody who actually can knit play together well. And like I said, because I feel we need to have a more of a possession focus in this game, we need to be looking to keep the ball and keep the ball at keep the ball in high areas of the pitch. I think Kulusevski would be important there. And then down the middle, I personally would also... okay, so we're going to go with Son here because I think Son will have space in this game to run in between, will run in behind Arsenal because Arsenal play with a high line and you're going to get opportunities there. But I do have my reservations with Son because I think, one, again, possession-based football, I need people to be able to hold the ball. I need people to be able to be strong in possession and not easily get knocked off. I think Son gets that a bit too much, but I'm more thinking about him in terms of his abilities going forward. It was a touch and go with me with Richarlison in this game because I think Richarlison actually might suit this game better than Son. Just in terms of, I think, obviously you've got Gabriel and Saliba who are quite physical and quite big guys. Son, for me, doesn't normally do well against those kind of central defenders. And they're quite quick as well. They're not no slouches. So I think Richarlison's a bit more robust. He's more of a threat in the air. And if we are going to be putting balls in the air, then I'd rather see Richarlison on the pitch. But we'll start with Son, because Son's our captain, Son's our guy. And I think Son does have opportunities, whether from shots outside the box and stuff like that. So we're going with Son. So that's my lineup. I do worry for us that this game has come too soon for us in the season, in our development. After 6 games, I probably would have wanted to play Arsenal after 10 games. But, so with that being said, I have a feeling Arsenal will sneak victory in this game. I think Arsenal probably will win this game by about 3-2. However, I'd be praying for a draw. A 3-3 or a 2-2 draw would be good as well. I definitely would take a point at this point. So if you ask me now, would I take a point away to Arsenal tomorrow? I would say yes. However, that if Spurs can do some of the things that I've mentioned in this video, play the possession-based football, press high up the pitch and win the ball high up the pitch and keep possession in that area of the pitch, and utilize people like Brennan Johnson and Kulusevski on the flanks, and get people like James Maddison and Basuma on the ball, I think we definitely can do damage. And if that does happen, those are our key to victory. And also we need Destiny Udogie to take Saka out the game. I think that's an important, because I think Saka and Odegaard and Martinelli, which I don't think he's playing, but Trossard is a capable replacement. I think those people are really their game changers. And so we need Udogie to have a good game, we need our centre-backs to have a good game, and we need Pedro Porro to be on his game. So anyway, that's my predictions, that's my thoughts, that's the team that I would pick. What is the team that you would pick? What would be your predictions for this game? And how do you see us winning? What are the keys to victory for you? What must we do well? What must we execute well in order to have a chance of coming away with the 3 points? So please drop them in the comment sections below.